So today, we're just gonna work on the DC2. The last time we took it out was, we had a pretty good run. We're just gonna clean up the drivability, the vibrations and whatnot, and dive down into why that's happening. So, relative quite easy. Alright, so we're just doing the bare basics. Hopefully you guys know how to remove the door card. Normally there's probably just two to three screws across the board. Only one in the handle, one behind the actual latch for older cars, and then there may be a mystery bolt that's behind the speaker. Everything else is just via some of those plastic plugs that you can just pull off with a little bit of force. For most cars, the newer cars now, I'd imagine they're all plastic, so you should be able to just yank them off. I have never taken off this door card, so I don't know what I'm gonna see behind there. But years ago, when the old owner was happy to take me for a drive, I don't remember this much noises, so something's gone astray. And just a little bit of force. There we go. Everything's popping off. Trim's off. We don't want to disconnect anything, but we just want to see what these vibrations could be coming from behind. So possibly, I don't think it'd be these cables making these noises. We've got the plugs at the bottom, yes. Well, let's just tighten up those screws. We've got some screws back here. Let me show you. We've got some screws back here that hold the little pocket in place, so we're just going to tighten that up. I come in from this side and see if any of these are relatively loose. No, not loose. And we've got the two clips here, which is a good indicator. Actually, let's just go through all of it. Make sure everything's tight. Got a small turn there. No turn there. All right, good. All right, so you guys are probably gonna have struggle seeing this. Pretty sure we did these two from the other side, but just to be sure, but I can't see anything that'd be causing that much vibrations or sound that comes from there. Maybe I'll just get some foam tape and I'll stick it along the bottom just to be sure, but it actually sits a little bit further, so it probably sits up here, so I'll do that. Second thoughts, before I jump ahead, looking at these move a lot. So if it moves a lot, then maybe I can probably, not too sure about that one. Probably just stick tape over it and then re-punch the hole. Hopefully that gives it a little bit more bite, I guess. Or maybe I can just take them off and then wrap some teflon or something over it, under it, and then that should fix the issue, hopefully. There, let's do that. That seems like the simplest option. Alright, so I managed to get some Teflon. And all basically, I don't know if this will work. Just ideas that come into my head, good and bad. And I'm just gonna add some girth to the bottom, just so it could try to hold itself in place. Probably stop some of the vibrations. So stick it in. Oh, not bad. So, like I said, hopefully this fixes it, and then you can add that one to the genius list of ideas that I come up with. I'm just going to continue that on the rest of these. Alright, and that's done. So hopefully, problem one will be fixed. and a slight gap at the bottom that was causing a little bit of vibrations. So I don't know what is on this USB. Let me turn this off. Not too sure if you guys can see it. So added some foam under there, and then hopefully that's one side fixed. Probably a lot of stuff was to do with this vibrating, but I'll remove all that just so I can be sure. So tape, fuses, basically stuff that I probably don't need at all. So that dash is bolted in, yep. A couple of bolts and screwdrivers in here as well, so I don't know where they're from. So we'll find out. Oh, that makes sense. These are missing bolts, so I'll do that one at a time, and then we'll discover what's underneath here. That's where my brakes are. We've got the SRS unit not in existence on this car. Probably this could probably be causing some vibrations, so probably just going to see if I can beef up the sides just so I can sit a little bit more snug. So this is how it sits at the moment. So I'm just going to push a little bit of things on this side. I'm not too sure what. I'll figure it out. Foam would be way too thick for that. And then put it back in. So since I come from a background of painting, hold on, single screen preview. Oh, cool, I know that. I come from a painting background. I'm just gonna do a false edge, I think that's what you call it. And that way, it won't provide too much, but it will provide a little bit of space. Doesn't help that this dash is probably a little bit dirty and my masking tape doesn't want to work. So I'll basically cushion it there. That's not going to be perfect, but hopefully we can test it out. The concept anyway. Looks like it works. Snug, can't even, oh whoops, snug, and you can't even see it. It's like there's nothing at all. Nothing at all. That's another movie reference for you guys to figure out. So we're currently under the dash. A few things missing. Bolts there, bolts there. But that's normally for just the underneath boxes. But I can't see anything else that would be causing so much issues. A shout out to BYP back in 2014 or something like that, actually 2010, when we first built this car. Alright, I'm going to replace those bolts with some new 10 mils. You guys enjoyed that quick and dirty way of fixing vibrations. Like I said, hopefully you guys enjoy that quick and dirty idea of fixing some vibrations. A lot of the times using tape and teflon or just even screws and stuff like that can fix up the issue. But when things get a little bit more serious, then it's probably an alignment issue with anything else. So have a look through your car and see how you guys go. And let me know if any of this stuff works. Bye.